Hello, historians. This is Mr. Fredo. Today's focus is on the beautiful form of government known as democracy, and our goal is to be able to distinguish between the two types: direct, which was used in ancient Greece, most specifically in Athens, and representative, which wasn't used in ancient Greece and was used later on, namely in the Roman Empire, I should say the Roman Republic. First of all, it's important to examine why democracy was considered such a crazy idea to begin with. When it was created at the time of the ancient Greeks in the city state of Athens, it was considered crazy to think that the people could be led by themselves. That's what democracy actually means. Democracy comes from the Greek word demos, which means the people or the masses of ancient Greece. So it was crazy to think that the people didn't need a king or someone from a royal family to rule them. They didn't need a tyrant, someone with a strong military backing who could take control by force, and they didn't need a wealthy landowner to take care of them. It was considered crazy because the people themselves, regular citizens, now citizens is an important term because that typically means a male landowning citizen in ancient Greece. But to think that a citizen, a regular person, a commoner, could rule themselves and make decisions on behalf of an entire city state, that was considered wild. But luckily for us, the ancient Greeks came up with this idea, and it has served us well at different points throughout history. But that's what democracy is: rule by the people, namely citizens. Whoever's determined a citizen, they get to vote on issues, and most importantly, majority rules. Whichever side or whichever person gets the most votes wins. So let's take a quick look at the two types. First of all, we have direct democracy, which is the most pure form of democracy because nothing separates the people from the decisions that they make. There's two very simple steps. Number one, the people, whoever's eligible to vote, they go wherever it is that they're going to make that vote, and whichever side gets the most votes wins. So we see here one side got 51% of the vote, the other got 48. The majority is in the 51. That means majority wins, whichever side has the most votes. Most crucial is in direct democracy, the outcome is always decided by the regular people or citizens. And this is mostly used on a smaller scale or a local level. You could see direct democracy used for school levies, local laws, different types of local funding. But because every vote counts, it's used in smaller situations like Delaware, Ohio, as opposed to a national situation like the United States. That's direct democracy, as pure as it gets. Step one, the people vote. Step two, the decision is made. Whichever side gets the most votes wins. The actual people and citizens get to make the decisions. Representative democracy, on the other hand, involves an extra step. The people still go vote, but the next step is when they're deciding on that person, whoever gets the most votes, in this case it would be Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey. The next step is he is now going to go to a really important building in the United States, the U.S. Capitol building and within Congress, and he is going to get to vote on things that regular people don't get to vote on. So here's the extra step. The people still vote. The outcome is still decided by a majority, 51% again is the same example. But now the third step is that representative is going to vote on things that regular citizens like you and me don't get to vote on. We don't get to vote on whether or not the country goes to war. We don't get to vote on national issues like nationalized health care. The representatives do that for us. So the key in understanding representative democracy is that the outcome is decided by representatives who vote for the citizens. And since this is an election year, many of you have probably heard parents or guardians talking about certain candidates that they would like to support. And it's always important when you're considering who you're going to vote for that you consider voting for someone who most closely aligns with your own belief system, because that person is then going to go into areas that you don't get to vote and they are going to vote for you. So you want to choose someone who would vote like you would if you had the chance. So a quick recap: direct democracy, as pure as it gets. The people vote, the outcome is decided. Whichever side gets the most votes wins. That's majority rules. Representative democracy, the people vote for a person to represent them and vote on issues that you do not get to vote on and I do not get to vote on because we are not elected representatives. That representative will now vote for the people.